My name is Brandon Folks, and I'm from Long Valley, New Jersey. I went to high school at the Westmore Central High School, where I was in the Highlander Marching Band for 4 years. I played tuba for 2 years, and I was drum major for 2 more. I came here to the University of Minnesota. I'm currently entering into my 4th year here, my 4th season in the marching band. I am currently a double major in entrepreneurial management and nonprofit management with a minor in leadership, and I absolutely love the University of Minnesota. I first became interested in being drum major here at the University of Minnesota actually back in 7th grade. When my parents took me up here to the campus, they brought me to my first Gopher football game back in the Metrodome. We were up high in the 2nd level, and we were looking down at the band, and I said, "That's amazing." I looked down and I said, "Hey Dad, you see that drum major down there, that funny individual in the white hat?" He goes, "Yeah, what about him?" And I said, "Give me a few years. That's going to be me someday." And the day I was selected to become drum major, the first thing I did was call my dad, and I said, "Hey Dad, remember that conversation back in 7th grade when you took me to our first Gopher football game, and I told you that I was going to be that guy someday?" He goes, "Yeah, I actually do vaguely remember that." I said, "It's a dream come true." Before I was drum major here at the University of Minnesota, I was actually a tuba player. But exactly, I was a tuba player for 2 years here, and it was the 2 most rewarding years of my life as a musician. It's funny coming from being a tuba player, because I went from one of the biggest instruments in the band to, well, this. I was drum major of my high school marching band, the Westmore Central Marching Highlanders, for 2 years. But the first 2 years of my career there, I was a tuba player as well. And learning there, I started learning the ins and outs of what it actually took to be a drum major. You have to be prepared to be a big brother or a big sister if need be. You need to be a teacher. You need to be a spokesperson. You also need to be a great performer. The position of drum major here at the University of Minnesota is actually quite unique in the sense that we really accommodate for the needs and the strengths of each individual drum major. And it's the versatility factor that really separates us from other drum major positions across the country, as well as within the Big Ten. I mean, the hardest question for me to answer is, what does the drum major do? And I finally come up with an answer that it stemmed from my predecessor as drum major, and he said, what the drum major does, whatever has to be done for the sake of the band. You have to take on a variety of roles at any given moment. You need to be an educator, you need to be a recruiter, you need to be a teacher, you need to be a spokesperson, you need to be a big brother or big sister if need be. Anything could arise. One of the most difficult parts of being drum major that I struggle to cope with the most is the notion that I can offer only words in a meager attempt to convey my inexpressible gratitude for everyone's role in making all of this possible. And that really goes down to my bandmates. I tell them day in and day out, I cannot thank them enough for everything they do, because they are the reason that this band continues to thrive and grow even after 12 decades worth of history and tradition. The band doesn't become part of your life. You become part of the band's life. And I'm grateful each and every day for the time that I'm allowed to be in this band, for the opportunity to march out on that field, for the opportunity to bend over backwards and look out amongst a magnificent sea of maroon and gold, an upside down sea of maroon and gold, mind you, with the students, the fans, supporters, my bandmates marching right at me, our feature twirler who's about to jump right over me. It's a dream come true. The marching band is entering its 121st season this year, and we could not be more excited to share it with everyone. On behalf of my bandmates and I would just like to thank all our fans and supporters who come out on game days to support us, and we hope to see you early this year for both our pregame and our halftime performances. We also just want to thank you for all your energy and enthusiasm in supporting the Gophers this year, and we can't wait to see them bring something home. Go Gophers, and Sky U Ma!